up, y'all? We are here. We were gonna do this.
You should do this. You should leave like this. I like having a table there.
Yeah, I plan on keeping the table. I'm gonna have it cleared off eventually. I'm still going through this fucking mystery box, and so
You still are?
yeah, everything I'm not keeping is right here. Everything that I've added to Discogs is right here that I know I'm keeping. And the rest of it is like I know I'm keeping and maybe I'm keeping. It's a headache. But I was back at Second and Charles today, and now they still have CD mystery boxes, but now they've gone up to $30 instead of the $25. Now I'm like, I'll drop $25 on 100 or more, where I would say a majority might be garbage, but $30 is like pushing the fucking limit for me. But we were gonna do this a couple weeks ago, but then I got sick.
You got the Rona.
Oh no, I didn't get the Rona, not yet. But I mean, fuck, it was some heavy ass flu. And then we don't have Zach tonight, so it's just gonna be me and Josh. We were gonna talk about the new Network album. Zach and I also reviewed the EP to the Network, but then the Network album dropped a week later, and basically what we were saying in the little review of the EP sort of came true, so it's almost like there's no point in posting that. And then the video is a little short. I'd rather, since all the songs from the EP are on the actual album, I'd rather just talk about it all as a whole. So we'll wait till we can get Zach in on this, and we'll do the Network. But right now, me and Josh are going to talk about... Yeah, that album's great.
That's great.
Yeah, man. But me and Josh, we're going to talk about the new Smashing Pumpkins album.
It sucks.
Doesn't it, man?
Done. Video done.
Oh, fuck doesn't it suck.
It stinks.
It's the worst album I've heard all year, and I've heard some garbage. But the thing is this is a band that I love, and so that it sucks even worse than some of the garbage albums I've listened to.
Yeah, see, we were all, I mean, you keep hoping for Siamese Dreams. We ain't getting Siamese Dreams ever again. It wasn't even Melancholy, because Melancholy was at least half decent, because it really has really good songs on it.
I love Melancholy all the way through. It is.
Because it's got some really good songs, but this one, just, the two songs that are Witch and fucking, Adrenaline were the only two that were not fucking slow.
And Adrenaline is
it wasn't
so
even that
close to everything else on the album too.
Yeah, and that's only two decent songs, and they're not that.
I know. And
they're mad to begin with.
It sucks, man. Here's the thing. All right, man. Smashing Pumpkins, especially after the first when Corgan brought them back and dropped Zeitgeist. Smashing Pumpkins weren't even that great at that point. Anyway, I do like Zeitgeist, and hell, what's after that? Yeah, fucking. I like Zeitgeist, and then the one after it, Oceania. Oceania, I really dug, but then Monuments to an Elegy. It's very iffy with me, and that was that. But a couple years ago, at least 3/4 of the original band is reunited. We have everyone. We have Chamberlain, we have Eha and Corgan, but we don't have Darcy. And they dropped Shiny and Oh So Bright, Volume 1, No Past, No Future, No Sun. And it's a little 8-track fucking teaser, basically. And to me, it's pretty good. Like, there's the heavy songs are really good. Some of the softer songs are kind of whatever, but where the heavy songs are good, it's like the heavy ones bring me back to shit like Machina or some of the heavier tracks off of Melancholy.
Melancholy. Yep.
And I was like, all right, you know, this is pretty good.
2 songs does not an album save or make.
Oh my God. So we basically have this CYR, whatever they're trying to call it, is volume 2 of the O Shiny
Is
Bright.
that not even the whole band, anyways?
Well, technically it is. It's Corgan, Yeehaw, and Chamberlain, and somebody else replacing Darcy. So I mean, it's still that the reunion lineup from the last release is still 3/4 of the band,
That's not the whole band.
and man,
3/4 of this album sucks.
oh, more than 3/4 of this album sucks. Oh my god. So
It sounded so depressing and just fucking moody. It's like something you play in an elevator.
fucking but my thing is like Smashing Pumpkins, especially Corgan, such an ambitious artist. Dude's always got a million projects in his mind at once, and some of them come out. Like the dude, many times over the years has mentioned certain albums that have never happened, and or they start and never finish. For instance, Oceania and Monuments to an Elegy are part of a series. Kaleidoscope and the Tear Garden, and there's like 80 fucking songs that you can't even get anymore because most of them were online. And then now we've got this Shiny and Oh So Bright series where CYR is like basically volume 2 of that. But then several years back, 6-7 years ago, he said the Smashing Pumpkins were gonna do a doom metal album, and I'm like, that would be fucking amazing. Like they always had like a doomy guitar crunch on them old albums, and I was like, yeah, bring me some of that. Never happened. But now the dude's got so much shit he's talking about. He's talking about part 3 of this series, and then a sequel, like a 32-track sequel to Melancholy and the Machina album, and
Well, look at me.
with that, I'm like, don't fuck it up.
45-second songs? Lord,
I'm like,
man.
well, it's gonna be double disc, you know, like.
But still, I'm just saying, it's gonna be fucking.
It's gonna.
Can you put up with? Can you listen to any Smashing Pumpkins longer than a fucking minute nowadays? Because it's pretty. Their time has passed.
Their time has. I mean,
Their
definitely.
time,
I mean, you know, but that's why we're getting stuff like this. This is what Corgan wants to do now. You know what I mean?
just become prog rock and just fucking make weird ass shit and just be done with it.
Yeah, I mean that's
what he
why
needs to do.
Melancholy was so good. Melancholy. Now here's the thing.
That was extremely close to prog.
He's
yeah.
calling this a double album. It's on one disc. But it's 20 songs. This is 20 fucking songs.
It just works. It's Todd Howard. It just works.
Yeah, it just works. We don't know how. It just works. This is 20 fucking songs, alright? And my fucking problem with this album is
2 songs are decent.
several months ago they dropped 2 tracks. I can't remember which ones they were, but I just remember being like, oh, they're going for that 80s vibe.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
like,
It
I
sounds
hope-
like an 80s synth wave.
Yeah, I was like,
But
oh,
not even
man.
a good 80s. I'm playing Cyberpunk 27, and that shit's got good synth wave. This shit just sounded like, I don't know, you want to kill yourself with a fucking, I don't know. It's synth wave where you want to slice your throat with a vinyl record or some shit. I don't know. It's bad. It's not good synth wave. I mean, because you got fucking bands that do synth. Orgy, that synth wave is fucking fantastic. That
Dead Sea.
Dead Sea.
You know, shit, the guy from Cell Dweller and his Scandroid
Oh my God.
project,
Yes.
Gunship. You know, there's a lot of good 80s throwback stuff. But what was annoying me, I heard those first 2 songs a couple months ago, and I was like, please, don't let the rest of this album sound like
And it
this.
did.
And it fucking did.
Except for
Now-
Witch and Adrenaline.
Yeah, and man, oh, we're about to talk about those, especially Witch. So, my main problem with this fucking album is, aside from one song, it all sounds the same. They're all very
Yeah, Witch is the only one that
mid-tempo.
sounds different.
right, exactly.
Because even fucking
it-
Adrenaline
it-
sounds like the rest of it. It just
Right.
it sounds decent.
Yeah,
it's
it's
good.
one of the better ones.
It's
that's
actually
like the
a
rest of
synth
it.
wave that sounds good. Like
Oh
you
man!
can bang your head. You want to bob your head to. Other ones just like synth wave
And
background
with Witch
noise.
sounding so different from the rest of the album,
Very
it just
different.
doesn't even fit. Because it's like, why did you even put this here when everything else is like this?
Because that was sounding like more like their hard rock stuff as opposed to, it wasn't very synthy at all.
Yeah, so my biggest problem here is every fucking song sounds identical. They're either mid to slow tempo tracks, real synth heavy, which is fine, experiment, but man, every fucking song on this album is identical to the last, and it annoys the shit out of me, mostly because there's 20 fucking tracks. Goddamn Melancholy had like 28 fucking tracks, and not a damn one of those fucking sounded alike.
I mean, this one...
I love every minute of Melancholy.
When I was listening to this one, I was listening to this while I was playing Nier Automata. I did not know when one fucking song changed to the next until I fucking heard it different. Like when it got to Witch the first time, I'm like, ooh, that's different. That must be a new song.
Now here's my problem.
You just can't tell when a fucking song changes.
Which is the only song on here that I really like because it's different than the rest of the album. And we're at the halfway point when this comes. It's like track 9.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, finally, something different. But...
You're like, damn, that first track was long. Oh,
right.
wait a minute. I'm like, we're halfway done. I'm like, holy shit, this is horrible.
So, the riff is a complete rip-off of, what was that, Thunder? What's the White Zombie song? 1960?
Thunder. Yeah. Jesus, Thunder Kiss 1969 or some shit.
The riff is a complete rip-off of that.
Yeah, it sounded like a Rob Zombie song.
Fucking
And it still
complete
sounded
rip-off.
with Billy Corgan. It sounded pretty good. I like it.
Right? And I'm like, I'm forgiving of that. I'm like, it's a cool riff. I'll allow it. But then, another thing that annoys me in this song is he mispronounces Samhain the whole fucking time. He's just, Samhain, 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 Samhain. And I'm like, dude, the whole
that's just
fucking
Billy
song,
Corgan, though.
right?
It's Billy Corgan. He can't enunciate very well.
I mean, I'm just like, oh my god, man. I mean, but then I'm like, would the song even sound better if he was saying Samhain? Samhain, Samhain. Samhain, Samhain. I mean, like, I don't know. It annoys me that the best, to me, the best track on the album has some pretty heavy flaws, you know? And that's, when the other ones, I wouldn't even really say they have flaws. They're just not really my cup of shit.
It's just the ET game of the fuck. It's the Atari ET game of the fucking Smashing Pumpkin lineup. It needs to be taken out to the desert and buried.
But what blows my mind is like, you're making a fucking album that's 20 songs long, and you don't change up a goddamn thing. It is such a slog to get through. Even some of the weakest Smashing Pumpkins albums to me, like Monuments to an Elegy, I'm not really bored. This thing, when I was first listening to this, after track 4, I was like, okay, they are really doubling down on this fucking 80s thing. Track 5, they're still fucking doing it. 6, still fucking doing it. 7, still fucking doing it. Then we get to goddamn Witch, and I'm like, alright, some guitar. Man, I will say, there's another problem with that song is the little symphony bits. I think those are a little too much in the forefront, where the guitars are a little bit in the background. I'm like, maybe you should have swapped that, but that's just me. I mean, Corgan did say this is supposed to be a modern sounding album, or contemporary.
I'm about to say, it ain't nothing. It sounds like it's straight from the 80s.
Yeah.
And not
he
even.
said he wanted to make contemporary album because people always ask him, why don't you make anything contemporary? And it's like, motherfucker, how about don't ask Billy Corgan shit like that, because he's gonna fucking do shit like this. You know. Oh man, but he's like, yeah, this is the first time we're doing an album that's contemporary. I'm like, it's only contemporary because everybody wants to fucking sound like the soundtrack to Stranger Things nowadays. about 5 years ago when people started doing 80s throwbacks, I thought it was cool. I was like, all right, you know, that's kind of cool, little 80s throwback. I mean, but like you and I have been listening to bands who were like 80s throwback bands before it was cool.
Man, fuck yeah. Dead
But-
Z, all those bands. Hell, fucking even recently, Power Man 5000's last album. Very throwbacky, amazing. I loved it.
And fucking, it's all right. But now it's kind of just overpowered. Everything's trying to sound like 80s stuff nowadays. There's a lot of...
It's not even good 80s though. That's the problem. There's synthwave, and the synthwave sounds really good. You know, I think of back bands like Orgy, all kinds of fucking bands that were fucking synthwave that sound good. That does not sound good. That is just, it's like background music at a synthwave party. You would not be listening to it. This is like no one's dancing and having a good fucking time. It's just you need some background noise. That's all it is. It's so bad.
It's just not a good fucking album all the way through. And even the Witch song, like we're saying it's the best song on the album, it's still not a song I have many desires to fucking go back to. Because if I want to hear heavy pumpkins or guitar pumpkins, you know, I'm going to classics. Hell, Zeitgeist has better heavy songs than Witch. But man, it just, with Smashing Pumpkins, Gish, fucking Siamese Dream, and fucking Melancholy are like the ultimate 90s albums. Especially Siamese Dream. When people say shit like, what is the sound of the 90s? Or what does the 90s sound like? And I'm like, I could fucking throw in some STP, Nirvana, or Soundgarden, all that stuff. But most of the time I'm like, check out Siamese Dream, because it's got like everything that I love about 90s alt music in one package.
It's almost like they took everything and put it together. It's grungy.
Yeah,
it's very grungy. Melodic. It's like a melodic grunge.
Yeah, it's fucking.
His
When it's
voice
heavy, it's heavy, and it gets psychedelic. It gets dreamy, droney. There's like you said, it takes everything I like about that whole era, that whole scene, and kind of wraps it in one neat little package. Especially the Gish and the Siamese Dream album. And it sucks because like after that, they kind of never really knew where to go, or everything that they released was always kind of like, I don't. What I do like is the fact that they never tried to better, or I would say outdo themselves. Like Adore is definitely not supposed to be better than Melancholy.
It could be more that after the 90s died, they died with it. Because no one was listening to it. Everything was moving on. Whereas people who love that kind of music probably changed their styles or grew up and stuff. But I still love that kind of music. I love bands like Oleander and fucking fucking Space Hog. That kind of music, so fucking great. That's why I like Siamese Dream so much. It's like it's a combination of all that good stuff. And they don't make it. Now there are bands nowadays that are bringing back that 90s sound, which is great.
Bully, check them out.
God Lord, fucking these guys, Smash Pumpkin they went back in the 80s, but then they didn't bring back the good 80s.
Yeah, it's like I want 90s Pumpkins back, and they give me what Pumpkins would sound like in the 80s, and it's like in the 90s, if in real life in the 90s in an alternate universe, if Pumpkins was dropping shit in the 80s, it probably more or less would have sounded like Sonic Youth. It would not have been this synthwave kind of shit.
It sounds like
it would have sounded like Pixies or something.
It sounds like some B-rated synth band opening for The Cure. That's what it sounds. Just some shitty sounding, just drony synthwave that you can fucking murder yourself to, so the goth kids can stand there and mope about shit.
And the thing is, like, Pumpkins have always had like a gothy vibe to them,
and yet they made a gothy album that sounds like shit. It's horrible.
I mean, like Melancholy is like he said, and I'll say it. That is the wall for Generation X. That is fucking Angst the album. That is Melancholy.
Yeah.
That is 90s fucking teen angst the album, all the way through, and I don't know what he's trying to say anymore. You know, I don't know. I have no fucking clue. But he said the Zero character's coming back when they do this Melancholy sequel.
I don't know who he's trying to connect with. That's bands like Smashing Pumpkins and like Korn and Limp Bizkit. For me, they resonated with us because we were teenagers. As we were angsty, that's what we felt. They resonated with us. It's like he's trying to resonate with somebody, but who? Who? Nobody, because we don't
I really just think he's doing it for himself now, you know? Which, in many ways, is incredibly respectable. Do your fucking thing, but...
Don't get upset when people shit on it.
Yeah, exactly, because this is garbage, man.
It's hot garbage. I mean, you can take it as constructive criticism. I mean, it's cool they did something, but...
Yeah, I'm glad that most of the lineup is back. I'm glad they're fucking... they have all these fucking albums
he made money because you can't return a fucking CD. Yeah. You can't get refund on that shit. So
really.
People bought it on name alone, Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Big bands will always sell because...
I'm still a major Pumpkins fan, even though, like, after...
There hasn't been nothing since Melancholy that it's really worth
after Melancholy, there's
like,
nothing
I gotta have this album.
Absolutely love. There's a lot of stuff I like about Adore. And Machina, if you like the heavier side of Pumpkins, Machina is fucking awesome. And then they broke up, and then we had Zwan, and then and I like Zwan a lot, but then they came back with Zeitgeist, and it's all right. And then fucking Oceana, it's all right. Monuments, iffy as fuck. Shiny, it's all right. This is the worst Smashing Pumpkins album.
Smashing Pumpkins died at fucking Melancholy. That was their funeral dirge. That's what it was. This is just a corpse. A reanimated corpse of Smashing Pumpkins.
It is so just upsetting. It's like, damn.
They should do like System of a Down and stop making albums. Maybe put out a couple fucking bangers once in a while for some charity and then call it a day. And stop it. You're just tarnishing your discography. It's just
all I'm saying is, motherfucker, I got my eyes on you, Billy. I'm watching your ass
Billy.
like a hawk, Billy. Billy Badass.
Oh, Billy.
Billy Badass. Because goddamn, when you start saying shit like, oh, I'm doing a fucking sequel to Melancholy and Machina. Alright, forget he mentions Machina. Melancholy is like sacred fucking ground.
Yeah, this is not a sequel.
This is a sequel to this one. This is its own series. These are their own series. I don't know what he's trying to do with Zeitgeist.
If he really wants to do something that's going to get at least somebody like me really excited, do a sequel to Siamese Dreams.
Right, I actually would,
because Melancholy is great, but I would love a Siamese Dream sequel. Just do a 90s Siamese Dream here in 2021.
Yeah, I would say Pisces Iscariot.
Pisces Iscariot.
That's like the best we'll have to a sequel to Siamese Dream. I mean, it's all B-sides from it and Gish, but if you like that sound from Dreams, it's all over it. But yeah, man, a fucking Holy Trinity, man, is goddamn, the Holy Trinity is fucking Gish, Dreams, and fucking Melancholy. Like, those are the best Pumpkins ever for me. And then, fucking, what happens? Adore is so 1998. Like, Adore sounds like not trash garbage, but Shirley Manson garbage. It sounds a lot like the band Garbage to me. It sounds like something that would be on the Scream 2 soundtrack, It is such a 1998 sounding album. And then fucking Machina, like, Machina's fucking good if you like heavier shit, but then after that, it's like, where are we going from here, man? Where are we fucking going? Fuck. Because damn sure ain't this. Damn sure ain't fucking CYR. CYR. Every time I look at it, my dyslexia says cry. And god damn it, that's what I want to do. I want to be like, motherfucker, Billy Corgan, why you gotta be fucking shit up? Because the thing, you better not fuck up this damn Melancholy sequel you're talking about. Don't fuck that up. You better do like you did on the other one, man. Do a Beatlesy song, do a Pink Floydy song.
Yeah, how many years do you think it's before he releases a 32-track fucking album?
He says it's pretty much done. They're already working on the third part of this.
Then that means it's gonna sound like that shit.
It better fucking not, man. Keep that 80s shit in the shiny and oh so bright fucking thing. Don't fuck this Melancholy sequel, Billy. God damn it. Don't fuck that up.
Yeah.
I'll be fucking pissed. Because I'm watching your ass, motherfucker, like a damn hawk. Ugh, cause this is not. I mean, I'm sure there's motherfuckers out there. Like, man, Sarah's like the best pumpkin sounded like. Not to me, man. If you fucking like it,
Yeah, maybe somebody's
awesome.
never listened to 90s pumpkins.
Like, if you fucking like it, that's fucking cool, man. And I'm glad you do. I'm glad somebody likes it. Cause he's gonna need motherfuckers to like this.
Yeah, and that guy's probably like in his fucking 50s, still wears fucking bright neon fucking clothing from the fucking 80s, some old synth kid who was probably fucking 20 years old in the fucking 80s. That'd be the only person who likes this shit.
Like, man, I wish my Smashing Pumpkin sounded more like Don Johnson. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why this thing has to sound like this. I mean, every song, and that's the biggest problem, is that it's just boring. There's no variety. There is absolutely no variety on an album with 20 songs, man. That is the worst offender right there. 20 fucking songs and absolutely no variety. Fuck, man. Fuck. Like I said, Melancholy, 28 tracks, and variety out the asshole, man. Shit. What are you doing, Billy? Fuck. Oh, it is a slog to get through. It is not a very good album to me.
Well, it's over, and the video's pretty much over now, too.
Yeah.
Because there ain't nothing else to fucking say other
Really
than
nothing else to say.
There's not even a rating. The album just sucks.
It sucks, and I'm going to give it a motherfucking... I'm going to give it a 1 for...
I give it a PS4 version of Cyberpunk 2077.
A PS4 version of Cyberpunk. It's not good, man. I'm going to say for completionists and the curious. Yeah, it's...
Just punch yourself in the dick and call it a day.
That would be a lot
That'd be about
more
the
fun.
same. You get a little more enjoyment out of that, because it was bad.
Not a good fucking album.
But what we should do, I think, is let's actually let's do some reviews on actual good synthwave bands.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
So we'll see you guys in